Yes, y'all. Welcome back to the Casual Convo Show, where we have conversations about topics that affect the community's personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo so you and me don't have to have the tough convo. I am the co-host, Idris Salam, aka Boscoe from the Bronx. We got Karen Hansley of Miss K's Muscle Rub and more. Check her out, Karen Hansley.
That
And we
muscle
got
rub fire. I
the
use that
muscle
on my
rub is
tendonitis. Yo,
blazing. Yes,
well,
sir.
I'm hitting you up next week. I only like 2 jaws of that joint.
And we got we
Got you got it.
Listen, hold,
I got a
oh,
fresh,
hold up.
strong match.
Before we before we start doing the break,
I was trying
um,
to introduce you.
who me?
I ain't introduced you yet.
Oh, hold on, do me. Go ahead, do
Oh,
me.
dang. I said Karen, and you
Get your
jumping in.
flowers. Get
And now
your
we
flowers.
have our host who can't wait to be introduced because she trying to jump on me, but she about to lose this debate. My host with the most, Coco's in the building.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey,
Hey,
Yeah.
you wouldn't let me introduce her in the first hour. Now I'm trying to introduce you in the second hour.
I'm
Come on.
emotionally destroyed. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
That's what we gonna rap.
Now what was you
I
gonna
mean,
say?
I'm emotionally destroyed. No, so during a break, I'm a girl, I'm a businesswoman at the end of the day. So what I'm gonna say is shout out to the new people. We had quite a few um new people that
Word,
that that clicked in. That was exciting. Welcome you guys.
word.
I'm glad you guys saw us acting like we had some sense. Because we both act like
We
we
try,
don't.
we try.
But no, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Welcome. We love to have you.
Yep.
Thank you. Of course, again, I also want to reiterate our inboxes and everything is always open. We do have some things coming soon. I'm gonna do some little spoilers. Um, at least 2 events coming soon in 2024 where you guys will be able to meet Bosco and I. Hopefully we can get Karen to fly in too.
Hmm.
So we're going to do something special for some people with businesses. Also we got to collab with Jude to
Yeah.
maybe do like a host a painting set where you guys can see us in rare form, do our art, have some fun and things like that, especially if you're in the Baltimore area. Yes, I did say Baltimore. That's how we say don't come for me, like y'all always try to do. Dead ass. So yeah, so look for that and we'll let you guys know more about that soon. We have some big things coming up, great things. Bosco and I don't know when, but coming, we gonna say coming soon. We gonna give y'all an extra day. Probably like 10 minutes. Y'all ain't gonna get no 2 hours. Probably like 10 minutes tops. 10 minutes tops. Something nothing like what we do here, but something different. But it's gonna be fun. Also, remember to check out Bosco at 6 o'clock every Wednesday for his mix shows that be lit, lit.
I'll be trying.
And
I'll be trying.
also
Lightning.
follow Big Bosco Productions on Instagram and follow him on Facebook. He's very controversial. It's not to say he's very entertaining. If you're a sports fan, please, if you are into sports, check him out on a Richie Hits podcast, sports podcast on YouTube. When I tell you it's one of the dopest, I mean, next to my baby Shannon and Ocho, next to their podcast, they up
I ain't
next.
gonna lie. Shannon Ocho dope too. I
But
ain't
it's
gonna
a
lie.
really good show. I love their sports podcast. They talk a lot of trash, a lot of shit. But they also give you some good information about it and about the games. And it's playoff time. This is like the best.
It's
So
good.
next we gotta get Richie and some of the guys up here and y'all gotta pop your stuff. It's playoffs.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
playoff
We That's what we
season.
talking about. Yeah, we need to. We need to.
Playoff season. We gotta do it right. I don't know the statistical stuff, but I can talk a little bit.
All right, let's go.
Like, all right. So first half, Karen joined us. We talked about a couple of things. We talked about safe spaces. We did talk about emancipation of minors, some things that happen in like I'm gonna say the Black household, because that's the only household we can technically speak from, because we're not from other cultures, but we do respect and we love that other cultures join us, and we're glad like we have like Lisa, who's a part of another culture, who comes and she gives us her insight on some things that goes down. And yeah, she talking about she a Chiefs fan right now, but we going like not even pay that no mind. You see it, but
I don't know, man.
this is what we did. But no, we talked about that. So then, of course, towards the end, oh Lord, he been quiet the whole first half. Let me tell y'all how. Can I
Dallas
just okay,
Cowboys. That's DC4L means Dallas Cowboys for losers, right?
no, I let me just say one thing. Can I just say one thing about John real quick? So y'all know every time the first half go through real dry, I ain't even gonna lie, because I be like that.
Mhm.
We was the lead. That first half. Second half for some reason turns all the way up. I ain't see John comment or nothing the whole first half. You bring up sports just because Dallas did a little something this season. They
It's
looked
their
a little
last
good.
weekend.
I ain't even gonna stunt, but I be mad because y'all always mess up my parlay and do the one thing I don't need y'all to do.
Just be their last weekend.
And then he come DC for boy. Comment on the other stuff too. Thank you.
No, but this is their last weekend. Don't worry about it.
It's like, no, can y'all win me some money this week? What y'all gonna do, John? I'm gonna hit you up in your inbox, all right? So you can help me with my parlay. Sister trying to get some coins. Thank you.
They're losing this weekend. Don't worry about it.
All right, so this half we're gonna talk about because we talking about right or wrong because y'all know Boscoe be wrong like every week and be trying to go back and forth with me all the
Even when
time.
I'm wrong, I'm right.
So what?
I always tell the truth, even when I lie. Scarface.
Then that don't even make
Good.
sense.
Let's
No,
go. I'm
we're
waiting
not
on
doing it.
you.
We waiting on you to read this post that we get ready to talk about because I got Karen up here. Karen going to it's Karen's turn.
Okay, this is my thing. Anytime I'm doing something, I always get 5 independent sources. It doesn't matter what subject I'm talking about. And then I post the average of which each one. Now, if you can dispute a fact, okay. But don't go find a fact or a fact from a site. Let's say I find a fact from 5 independent sources that had nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Let's just say I'm talking about the moon or some shit. Now, if I find 5 independent sources that said the moon is there, don't go to a woke site and be like, well, they said the moon ain't there. That's the reflection of the sun in the sky. Because what proof do they have? You ask them, hold up, what is your proof that the moon is not there? They be
Okay.
like, it's not there. They'll be like, have you been to the moon? That's not proof that the moon is not there.
You been to the
Because
moon?
I've gone against so many people who've said stuff like, have you been there? Have you done this? It's like the flat earthers. Now, I'm not saying the earth is flat. I'm not saying it's round. But from my perspective, as a person who's flown and as a person who's been in a helicopter and an airplane, now they say, well, the mirrors in the airplane makes it look like the earth is round. Okay. When I was in the military, I flew in a helicopter. Anyone who is in the military in any type of combat knows you don't fly with the doors open. I mean, you fly with the doors. Yeah, you don't fly with the doors open. Now, when I was in the helicopter, when I looked out that window, when I was like, oh shit, we gotta jump. You can see how
You
the
was jumping out of
contour
plane.
was in combat. I didn't have to jump because I
Holy
was a
shit,
medic.
child.
I didn't have to jump because I
I'd
was
have died. I ain't jumping on no
no,
plane.
I didn't have to jump because
Yeah,
I was a medic. I didn't have to jump. We
oh.
got dropped. We came down. But them other fools, yeah, they were jumping and shit. I ain't had to do all that shit. No, hell no.
Wow.
No, yeah, no. They told me to jump. Like, you know what? Y'all got to either kick me out or this motherfucker gonna have to crash. But I ain't jumping. Nothing. No, I never had to jump. I mean, I've jumped before, out of a plane, but that was just because I
Like
went on a little.
intentionally, like you chose to?
Yeah,
Mm.
we went up and Yeah, it was fun though. I ain't gonna lie, it's fun. It's fun.
Okay.
It is. It's fun.
Okay,
You know,
fine.
yeah. Shout out LJ in the building.
Hey, Lawrence.
What's up, man?
So, Lawrence, well, right now he's telling us about his military experience when he was jumping out of planes. But we can already talk about right or wrong because Boscoe be wrong all the time and trying to challenge me.
I
So
ain't
he
been wrong.
said he had a Facebook post that I missed.
I ain't been
So
wrong
we
yet.
are going to dissect this post, and he said that we got to debunk it. So we waiting for him to read this post.
No, I ain't got to read it. I'm gonna tell you, and y'all can get debunk it.
No, I want verbatim.
No, I'm gonna tell you. Reason I ain't got to read it because I already got it up here because I've seen it over 1 million times. Y'all can
Man, it's
Google
on
it and
your
then
page.
debunk it. 80% of
Where I gotta
divorces,
Google it?
huh? Yeah,
Where I gotta Google
80% of divorces are initiated by women. Look it up.
it? You said what is
80%
that?
of divorces are initiated by women.
Why? Because y'all be cheating.
Nope. Okay, we can take it there too. Like I said last week. Oh, no. See, you open up Pandora's box. Let's
What?
delve into that. Let's take
Hold
away.
on. You said
Like
wait a minute.
no. Let's go further. Let's go further with that.
My vitamin D low. You
Go
said
further
80%.
let's go
What?
further than that. Like I told you last week, let's eliminate the heterosexual part of marriage. Since she would have said,
This
no.
talking about cheating.
I'm telling you what I'm doing because you said since we be cheating, let's take away the heterosexual part of the marriage. Let me finish.
You want to see my?
You got to
see my
debunk
DM?
what I'm saying. Let's eliminate the heterosexual marriage and let's go gay men and gay women.
No, we're not going to talk about them today.
No, we're not talking. We're not talking about them. We're talking about divorce. Because I said 80%.
Okay,
Listen,
what you say? 80%.
Said divorces. 80% of divorces initiated by women. You said why? Because we be cheating. I said okay. Let's take out the heterosexual thing and go gay men and gay women. Which group divorces more than the other? Gay women divorce 100 times more than gay men. So if two men can get along with each other, but two women can't get along with each other, as Jude once said herself, she didn't realize how hard, and you remember this because she said it on the show, she said she did not realize how hard it was to deal with a woman until she what? Until she got into a relationship with a woman. Now, this is not saying that there's a lot of men who ain't shit because you know why? There's a lot of men who ain't shit. Who the woman should not even have married in the first place because he wasn't shit and he pulled game on her and he ain't shit. So she had a right to divorce him. There's a lot of men who are abusive also that you got to get away from.
So we just don't stick to the heteros.
Why? You don't.
Because
I want to go deeper. But 80% of divorces are initiated by who? It don't take that long to Google.
But because you sure you wanna bring in the LGBTQ plus to them?
No,
because
I'm not bringing in the whole. I'm not bringing in the whole community.
No.
I'm making a point.
I'm about to make a point too. So you're still saying that you want to bring in the LGBTQ because you read the factual information.
This is what I said. You said because men cheat. I said, well, let's eliminate the heterosexual part. Who divorces more, lesbian couples or gay male couples?
And I asked you, are you sure you want to eliminate that based off what you said?
If you want to say men cheat.
No. Back up. Let's back up because I said let's leave them out of it, and you said why?
No, I said I'm not bringing. I said I'm not talking about them per se. I'm talking about divorce rate.
You said I want to go deeper, is what you said.
I said I want to talk about divorce rate.
Boscoe.
I want to talk about divorce rate.
Okay, so what I'm asking you is, are you sure you want to include them based off the facts that you are saying is factual information before I debunk your ass?
What I'm saying is what I'm saying. I say you took the shot at the men while women divorce men. And I said, if you want to do that, let's compare how women get along with each other compared to how men. Now, if we're not going to blame men, let's just talk about heterosexual relationships. That's a fair deal.
I said, let's keep it at heterosexual.
I said it's cool, but you made the shot. You're not listening, Coco. So you are not listening. Okay. You mentioned how when I said the divorce was the first thing. When I said the divorce was the first thing that came out your mouth. Men divorce women.
Oh Lord, we got to do.
When you said, hold up. When I asked, when you said it, what's the first thing came out your mouth? Because men.
Okay. And I said, and I can prove facts because I can show you my DM.
You can show me what?
My DM.
I can show you mine too. But see,
okay.
What did you say? Okay. Oh, see, now I got you. Now I got you. Now I got you. Now I got you. Now I got you.
No, you don't.
What you said. Remember what you said.
Remember what you said.
Right now. Hold on. Remember what you said. I got you. I got you. I got you. Remember what you said. There's billions of people in the world. Mm-hmm. Just because what you went through doesn't mean it went through everybody. Because see, just like you said your DM, I could say the same thing. I could say, and my proof was out there how women cheated on me.
I just asked you one question. How did we get? I said, are you sure you want to leave the LGBTQ plus in them in this based off the information that you said?
And
you said, why not? Right?
Because you said, no, this is what I said. I mentioned because the first thing that came out your mouth was.
Can we ask
I said the first thing that came out your mouth when I said check the
and I did say that. I agree to that.
But
we're not on that now. I'm looking at it.
That's the only reason I brought them into it. If we're gonna do heterosexual, let's do heterosexual.
Karen.
Let's not throw what men did.
He said take it deeper, and now you backing out of it.
No, I said take it deeper if you want to blame men. I said take it deeper if you want to blame men.
Let's take it deeper.
I said take it deeper if you want to blame men. That's what I said.
That's not what I said.
But what I said was that's what you did, Coco.
No, I said based off of. I said you said.
But we're not going. We're going by facts. It's not what you did, what I did.
And I said, let's leave the LGBTQ out of it because you said.
And I said, fine, but if you're gonna blame men, like you did the first thing you did, Coco, was blame men.
Okay, calm down 1 second.
The first thing she did was ask the question.
I didn't blame men.
She said no. I wish we could run this tape back.
Because all I'm trying to do, you asked me to look up something.
Why? It began with why. She said why? Because men cheat. Now that made it a question.
And I said, why are you blaming men? I said, if you want to blame men, let's compare the divorce rate. I said, if you want to blame men, let's compare the divorce rate. You don't want to blame men, or do you want to blame men?
No, I said based off.
Okay, then.
No, I said based off.
Heterosexual out of
I said, let's take it out of it. If you want to blame men, let's take the heterosexual out of it. That's
and then
what I said.
I said, let's leave the. I said, based off what you said, I said, let's leave out the LGBT.
Okay,
and you said, why? No, you said leave them in, and I said, are you sure you want to leave them in?
If you're gonna blame men, if you're gonna blame men, you know what? I'm gonna go to my Facebook page right now, and I'm gonna rewind.
No, I looked it up, and that's why I'm asking you. And I said, we're not going to discuss the LGBTQ. We're gonna leave it at heterosexual. And you said, why?
Leave it at heterosexual.
And I said, based on what you said,
let's leave it at heterosexual. Let's leave it at heterosexual.
Because you can't drag the
LGBT.
You can't add the LGBT in here because their rates are better.
The point I'm
no. I was just gonna say our rates are better.
No, let me just get it out real quick. So when I asked you that, I said, we're not going to do that. I said, you only going off of what the factual information that you gave. And then you said, because Jude said women can't get along with each other. And I said, nope, we're not going to talk about them based on what the answer that you gave of why women have a higher initiation of divorce. And I said, we're not going to do that. And you said,
why did I say that?
No, I'm asking you because you said, can you?
I already answered your question. I said, well, let's stick to the heterosexual. I just said that.
Okay. So if we stick to the no, I only asked you that because you wanted to leave them in. And I'm saying if you leave them in, you're wrong. But if you leave them out, you're right. That was the only thing because you said I had to debunk you and I was going to debunk you.
I said only if you're going to blame men.
Didn't I just tell this man he was right?
I know, I hear that.
That's the problem with the men. That's the problem with the men. Y'all say we don't listen. No, wait a minute. Just hear me out. Wait a minute, hear me out. Because last week you went in on us and I couldn't get in. So I had to come in and say this. Wait, no. I did not. I caught the whole show. Wait, just hold up. No, see, let me talk. See, that's the problem. Because you made one good comment last week that I've been waiting to get on here to say something about. You said you don't see, and I'm sorry to go back to last week, but I couldn't. What up here?
I'm listening.
All right. You said the trans men ain't coming over trying to take over on the women's side. I mean, for you men, and I just wanted to make this very clear because we do a lot of debating against men and women on here. The reason why you ain't getting that from the trans man side is because unlike men, we ain't trying to dominate y'all. We ain't trying to.
That's what I said.
Wait, no. You gotta listen. No. You missing the point. See. Why we fighting this battle is because since the beginning of history, y'all have been trying to dominate us and take over everything we do.
I said that.
Everything, had control. Just hear me out. So the fight, no, because your argument last week was it was the black woman's fault. The trans thing. That is exactly what you said out your mouth.
Coco, how many times have I said I've been touting for the black women to stop getting that because I said the black women will be the one they're gonna attack first. Did I not say that, Coco?
But listen,
I said they're going to attack black women. Black women need to get away from that because.
But last week, go back and watch the show. You said black women is your fault. This is happening, right? And then you said you don't see the trans men coming over here and trying to, dominate men's sports or whatever. But wait a minute. But listen. The reason, but this is the part that y'all say we don't do. Listen, y'all don't do this either.
I'm listening.
And I just want you to know that the reason why is because we don't want to be men. We want to be women. And we value being a woman. Y'all ain't got to worry about a woman coming over, regardless if she get a sex change to be a man. She got that because that's how comfortable she felt. She ain't trying to take a man's rights away. Y'all been trying to take our rights away forever, even down to that. Like take everything. You feel me? But y'all blame it all on us. The reason why y'all not going through that is because that's not something that we do, and that's also why women be sick of y'all and divorcing y'all. Because y'all don't listen like we do, and y'all blame us and keep trying to tell us it's our fault. It's everybody's fault. Y'all don't listen, we don't listen, everybody's sick of each other. It ain't no man, woman fault, it's everybody's fault. But I had to get on here and say that. The reason why the trans men not coming over there and trying to take on the men's sport, like the trans women are trying to come over here and take over the women's stuff, is because women stay in women's place regardless. Y'all men don't know how to stay in y'all's. Y'all keep trying to come in L's and take over L stuff too. And then y'all don't listen as much as y'all tell us we don't listen.
I'm listening. Okay, now. Coco.
Every time you get a fro,
I let her talk. Coco.
You see the fro? You see the fro?
No, I'm not. I just listen to everything you said, Coco. How many times on the show? Be honest. How many times on this show have I said those trans men should not be fighting the women? The women should be having their own sport.
Right.
How many times have I said I do not approve of them competing against women? I said it over and over. Right. I also said the reason why, and I also said the trans men don't fight the men because one reason we'll beat the shit out of them because that's what we do. Why? Because we're conquerors. That's what we do. We're conquerors, and I said women are nurturers. I said I don't approve of them crossing over. I said also last week, some black women. I always say some black women.
We gonna ride the tanks, nigga.
I let you talk. I always say some black women. I also say the minority is always the loudest ones talking. I always say that. I said when I was trying to tell black women, when I was trying to tell black women, this is not your fight because you're going to be the first ones they go after. And I said, this is when I went on my rant last week. I said, but every time I said it, this is what I heard. You having mama issues, daddy issues, you hate women, you're toxic, You misogynist. This is when I was defending black women. I said, black women, and right after I said, black women, I love you. Stop fighting this fight because they're coming after you first. That's exactly what I said last week. I blame the small minority. Coco knows that because I said from the start, I kept saying some. In the peanut gallery, they were the ones saying most men. That's when I went on my rant because I've been saying, I say it on my Facebook wall. I said constantly on this show, this is not your fight. It's too many men supporting this bullshit. I went off on men about it. I said, these simp niggas out here, because I said a few times, I said there's a couple of light-skinned guys I know who support this
last week's show
bullshit.
or the show before?
I think this was a show 2 months ago.
No, this was last week. This was last week. I will put this on my mama. I will put this on my children. This was last week. Because you know why? Because see, my view on this has never changed. It has never changed. I was the main one saying that Leah Thomas should not be in the water with these women. You know how much shit I get on my Facebook from people calling me transphobic? But am I right or wrong? Leah Thomas should not be in the water going against his women. I talked about that other chick and I said this last week about the other chick who was in the UFC fight who damn near broke this woman's eye socket. Did not say that last week, Coco. I said she should not, and that was a trans woman, should not be fighting women in the UFC. I've always maintained this. I've never changed my view. I've been called transphobic because I said that. And I stand by that. And I'll say it next week. I'll say it the week after. I don't support it. Women got their spaces. The men got their spaces. And I always said, men are conquerors, which is a bad thing because men always try to take people's shit. I've always said that.
Can I
Bosco,
go?
you just proved my point a little bit.
Can I go?
Your point is right.
No.
I'm not disagreeing with your point.
Can I say one thing?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I didn't think you
I'm
would.
not disagreeing with you. That's the thing.
Wait a minute, Bosco. Hold on. Let me just
I
say
didn't
this.
say.
Now, I will say this. You have definitely said that several times. However, it was not last week. Let me explain. Because last week we talked about the communication of men, while men and women.
Towards the end of the show when I went on my rant.
I'm gonna tell you. It was when, because that's when she was trying to come on and you was like, this is not the time. You said women don't listen to men. We don't let you guys talk because the trans thing did not come up last week. And it did come up recently, but it wasn't that one. I wouldn't lie to you, but I will say you have said everything that you have said on the show repeatedly several times in solidarity with women. I will say that. But the thing with last week, it was the thing about because I asked the question of the communication barrier. Some things were happening. It was strictly on communication. Some things were said, and then it was that. But you're not wrong. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
But I'm agreeing with you, Jude. I'm not saying you was wrong.
No, I didn't say you wasn't. I was just letting you know that y'all don't listen.
I said we hard-headed. I've always said we hard-headed. I go hard.
You
I go hard on the man like I go
on with it. And I was sitting here hollering like.
No, I was mentioning my point about what you said. I was wrong about what I said about
I was just telling you ain't even had to do all that. I got you.
No, I feel like,
we was here. We was here.
Do you know why I feel I have to do it? Do you know why I feel I have to do it?
Right, check.
So like I've said
radio.
Because I'm glad he up here because he just said we don't take accountability.
But do you know
we got somebody up here not even taking accountability.
Might check.
We don't take accountability. Y'all know I be on the men's side when it comes to relationship a little bit, but I'm gonna defend my women always.
Do you know why I feel I have to say it? Because like I said, when I say it on my Facebook wall, do you know how much hate I get from people calling me transphobic when I defend women?
Yeah, a whole lot. You just said that 6 times.
That's why you're laughing, but I'm dead ass serious.
No, for real. Listen, brother, you have no idea.
I just was gonna say, salute to Bosco for standing strong through the fight.
Oh yeah, I'm a
they tried.
Oh, I'm a fighter, homie.
Hey,
I'm
radio, we
a
not
fighter.
telling the truth. Y'all don't listen. Y'all listen like we don't listen.
I'm a
Hey,
fighter.
listen, I'm
And
gonna say
that's
this.
the problem. It's always
fighter.
a right verse, and that's why I put the
I'm a
right
fighter.
versus wrong, because even still up here, that can be your viewpoint. That could be another person's viewpoint. What makes it wrong? Because technically, we can sit here and go back and forth all day long. The issue, and what I said last week was, the problem is men want to tell women how to be women, and women want to tell men how to be men. It can't work that way.
Nope.
But the thing is, we don't listen when the other person is explaining and expressing
We throw
their
blame.
walk of life. Every man's walk of life is not the same. Every woman's, but that doesn't what makes it right or wrong. So how can you tell a woman that she's wrong for her steps that she has to take? The same way we can't tell men that they're wrong for the steps that they have to take daily and walking, especially black men.
But there are roles that women
Oh,
should be
Come with it.
have
don't
Come
and
with
mention
it.
men
that.
should have. I think that there are roles like women.
What is a woman's role? What is a
Don't mention
woman's role?
that.
And,
Don't mention that. I'll
Don't
tell
bring
you.
it up. Bring it. No, let's talk about it. We got
What
some
is a
men up
woman's
here. We got
role?
some women up here. I'm gonna mute
Let's
myself.
go.
all right,
Let's hear it.
so we know that
Don't mention that.
women is supposed to take care of the household, and then a man is supposed to provide, protect, and provide. Correct.
Where these men at? Because the men that I be meeting be wanting me to be the.
The and
I'm not talking
provider.
about all men, but those are normally the roles that the gender roles. Women are supposed to protect the home, and the man's supposed to protect and provide, right?
But you
Yeah,
know,
in the 1950s.
So when that doesn't happen, what that does when that is not happening, a woman is doing more than she normally is supposed to be doing. So you have women out here that are more masculine, that are operating in their masculine when they can't really, they're not really operating in their feminine. And to Coco's point, where the men out there that's like that, that's the issue. It's like you got men and women that you got men out here that are not allowing women to be feminine, and then you got women because of that, because of their past and their history, they won't allow the man to be masculine because they've been through so much shit with other men that won't allow them to be feminine. So
I
I
can
think the
agree with that.
roles, I think the roles
And
have been
that's why healing is necessary. That's why healing is necessary. Sometimes when you're on your way out of something and you've been hurt, you really need to heal before you move on. Handle
Did
you
I talk
first,
to him last week?
and then just go on to someone else. But please heal yourself, because there is a lot of that.
yeah,
There's an absolute lot of that. And there are still a lot of people out there that I would have loved to have. I had a traditional up until he got sick. And as soon as he got sick, it switched.
right.
And and then there we were at that point.
You
So,
had
and
to take
when it
on more
switched, I
responsibility.
didn't bail. Yeah, I didn't bail. I stayed and I did until the end. Everybody's not like that.
Yeah,
Because I did have a lot of clamor. You ain't signed up for that. That's exactly what I signed up for. That's exactly what I signed up for, and I carried it through. But now I'm just, waiting for that next one. That it.
yeah, it's a good
And I know
conversation.
what I won't accept.
There you go.
Yeah, but I don't blame anything on one gender. I just think that that's one of the main issues, the underlying issues of it all, is that we forgotten our roles and we're not acting within our roles as a gender. Um, but I do stand on that accountability from my perspective with
Mhm.
women out here. Some women, they're not very accountable for their actions, but all day long they can look at us and point the finger at us at what we're doing wrong and what we're not doing right. But then in some cases, there's women out here that do just as wrong, but they're not accountable of their actions.
Hmm. We can go back and forth with that one all day, but I
Yeah,
think the bigger
absolutely.
Yeah.
issue with the gender roles is because I only say that because I think that's one of those situations where it's from experience based data,
Mhm.
meaning your experience, because it could be different for some other ones, because there are some women who are very much accountable. But at the same token, when it comes down to the gender roles, I think that's a deeper conversation of when did it change, how did it change, and how do we get back to it, because it's like you can't say, oh, independent women don't do this, and then when you meet what, and then the whole thing we see it all over the place. What you bringing to the table? You're not saying bring femininity to the table. You're not saying bring, this vulnerability to the table. You want me to match your masculinity. That's what that says. It's not saying that you want me to take care of the table, dress it up, and put the food. You know what I mean? You're not saying that. You want me to be your roommate.
Well, I think it's more so like, okay, I can treat a woman very well. So I
Mhm.
can take her out, pay for everything, make sure she good, treat her like a gentleman. But because of her past and she's been operating her masculine so long, she
Mhm.
doesn't even identify with that.
No,
So it's
no,
like,
let's back up. Hold on. When you say, but given the situation that I just said, because so when you say that about the gender roles and masculinity, and women are in that, so again, when we hear, I'm just asking from my perspective. I'm gonna say that when we hear, what do you bring to the table? What is that saying to the woman? Is that saying still come as the woman, or is that saying what you going to contribute to this? Because like you said, women are supposed to take care. If you want to go back to the traditional quote unquote gender roles, the woman was in the home. The
yeah.
woman was taking care of home. So when you say, "What are you bringing to the table?" What is
And
that
that
imply?
question is, see that question is different for a different man. So some men don't require, like when you saying what you bring to the table, we're not thinking financial. We thinking like what I'm saying, reciprocate the energy. So I'm
Mhm.
taking care, I'm taking care of you, boom, boom. If I hit your phone and then I don't get a response and I'm looking at my phone like, damn, I just was with you the other day. Or just like, just showing that you care for the person in return. You know,
Oh,
this
that's
person
not what
is
I heard from each person that I heard say it. But
I, f-
again,
I,
I
f-
respect it.
I feel like when it comes to um, roles, roles, it's a partnership. It's not a role. It was a role back in a certain time. Um, and not the speaking for the women, in my opinion, my personal opinion, is life was designed for that. A woman had a role, a man had a role, and men that were of lower value or low income, they just had less than some other men. But it was all about statue. Um, but some women just want to not have to depend. Some women, are very independent, strong, take care of home, and you know can be a good partner.
right.
Um, um, uh, you can blame it on a lot of things. At one point in time, a man couldn't be in the house with, the family, the shipment off the war, yada yada. I mean, you can blame it on a lot of things, but the truth is, like, opportunities are there for both parties in the house, in the partnership, to be able to sustain a decent lifestyle. And men want more just like women want more. I remember at one point in time, one of my coworkers, she was the person that worked, and her husband was the stay-at-home husband, and a lot of men laughed at that and was like, I never stay at home. But that was their agreement. He made sure she got through school to fulfill her dream, and home was taken care of. And a lot of men look at that as weak, but is actually not. They
Right.
got a good. I feel like it's not really a role thing anymore. Like that was some old stuff. Like, it's once everybody look at it as a partnership, and it's, if you meet a woman and she wants you to take care of her, then fine. But a lot of men complain about that nowadays. So women don't know what to do, and then women were put in a position where they had to take care of themselves, and some men were too. You feel me? Like, so it's just like it's a partnership. It's not a woman's role, a man's role. Once men started having to cook, you got the independent man. There's nothing wrong with him being independent. Once a woman starts taking out trash, now she too independent, because she take out her own trash instead of waiting for somebody to do it. It's not a role anymore. It's a partnership, and that's the main thing.
Okay. I can understand that.
Bosco, what do you think?
The black
Huh?
man saying.
Me? What do I think? Sky is blue. The moon is the sky is blue. The moon is out. The Martians will be here soon.
Are they really? You think so?
Oh, they're already
I
there.
hope so. They coming to get me first, Bosco. I'm letting you know that. I know your post was from 2020, but
No, they coming. I'm going first. I already told them.
My
nope.
I
opinion.
said to my
Man, it's so many different layers to this conversation. It's crazy.
This is my opinion. I ain't fighting no more. That's it.
it's never a fight. Karen,
Always
what
a
do
fight.
you think? Because
Always
you're
a
always
fight.
the voice of reason.
Okay, now I give you an honest opinion.
Okay.
Both sides know everything. Both sides don't want to work together. Both sides want to be king of the hill. And you know what? And I've always said on my Facebook wall, what's the joke? Bernie Mac said the way he got into heaven. The guy said, the Mexican said to Bernie Mac, how you going to get into heaven? And he said, the only way you get in heaven, you got to tell God, he got to ask God a question he can't answer. And he whispered into God's ear. God said, let him in, open the gates. Then the Mexican guy asked God, he said, God, how did he get in? What did he ask you? He said, when the black people going to stick together. That's all I got to say.
Very true.
Hmm.
That's what we talk about that every week. So I mean, we try, but that's and see.
I
This is the
know
thing.
that,
Okay,
but like
so
I always say, and I'm going to leave it at that. If I
Mhm.
say it, no one hears it. If you say it, it's heard. Prove me wrong on that one.
I don't
That's
think
not
that's
true.
true.
But prove no,
I
prove
heard
me
it when
wrong.
you said
How
it.
many times have I said something, Coco? It was blow black, but when you said the same thing, what I say, Coco, I just said the same thing.
You
Thank you.
did, and we also had the conversation. But this is also what I will say to that. I'm gonna debunk you right now because I've also gotten a lot of great feedback from people who love your input and what you say. It's people in the comments right now that I'm reading that's
I'm
with
not
you. They
denying that. But I'm
support.
just
You get
saying,
what I
like
mean?
you said, it's the
So
delivery, but you're asking
I
me.
ain't even talking about the delivery.
No,
Some people love the
I'm
freaking
saying, no,
delivery,
You
but
it's
from
the
New
something I'm
York?
action
saying. No,
behind
it's
it.
something I'm saying. It might be the delivery, but
Okay,
I'm not conforming to that. I say what I say. I say what I say. I say what I mean. I mean
right,
what I say. If it comes out the way you don't, a person, I say not you, a person don't like it, I can't help that. That's how I am. I'm an aggressive person.
right.
That's it. I'm
And
aggressive.
don't nobody want you to change that. That's
I
what
know.
I'm
I know.
telling
I'm
you
just
that.
saying. I'm just saying.
Bosco, you can debate with me any day. I'm New York against Baltimore.
It's
What?
not a.
What?
But it's not a debate.
No,
I don't want to
no.
debate.
Oh my goodness, you missing the point.
No, no. I know. I'm the point. I'm saying is that I don't want to debate
Now I
with
gotta tap
you.
into my inner bro.
I
Sorry.
know. I know what you're saying. Do you understand? I just saying I don't what I'm saying is I don't like debate. I don't like debate
Oh
when it
my
comes to
shit.
I'm just saying I
Don't
don't like
mind me.
debate when it comes to us. That's what I'm saying. I don't
Right.
like debate.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Ain't
saying.
nothing wrong with a little debate. That should make for juicy conversation, and sometimes that should be good.
Yeah.
No,
Listen,
I think sometimes
Oh,
it's needed because sometimes I think
yeah.
because you got to think when things get heated, it has to cool off, right?
mhm.
So I wouldn't say stop because we talked about this, and I think I talked about this up here with everybody up here. Sometimes it's in what we say every week. We have the this is a tough conversation. It's going to have moments like that. It's going to have passionate moments. It's not that you're not. It's freak the delivery. How many times I got up here and yelled and cussed and did all
I
kinds
know.
of shit and people were saying whatever. Did I stop? No, I cussed every goddamn week. And I'm gonna continue to do that. If you are passionate and you mean what you say, somebody needs to hear that. And sometimes we have to have that conversation. Think about it. If we can sit here and have a conversation, regardless of what, and I love you to death, you're my brother.
Mhm.
That ain't gonna never change. At the end of the day, we ain't gotta agree all the time, but we'll sit and we'll talk, and then guess what? We come to a common resolve. But we are going to set an example, even though it might get a little hot, look a little spicy.
Yeah.
We still together. We still
Yeah.
united. That shit ain't gonna break. That's
No.
setting an example and a standard. So when you ask when we gonna come together, okay, to know we can disagree. We
I
might
know.
not see eye to eye, but then sometimes just like how you did that, and I might be like, damn, you know what, yo, you was right for real.
Oh no, no. I mean, it's still love there. I mean, it's nothing where I'll be like, man, forget these niggas. No, it's not like that. It's never that.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm just saying I don't want nobody to shy away from having a conversation, or not saying you, or a conversation of
I'm
that's
shy.
difficult, or they feel like, oh, things might get a little heated. Ain't nobody scared of a little bit of heat. We was born in the sun. We built for heat. We melanin.
I'm scared of heat. That's hot. It's hot.
I'll be sweating too. I don't like to sweat, but I'm just saying we melanated people.
I don't like to sweat.
You know, it ain't gonna hurt. It ain't gonna hurt us the way to hurt some. But if nobody starts to have the conversation and set the example, when does it change?
You just got to know when to. What's that?
Know
when to hold them and know when to fold them. That's me.
Boscoe, you just gotta know the secret. Let me tell you something. Anything we say about our people is gonna cause a little. It's gonna cause a little something. It don't matter. You just gotta be, with it. Like
the way I
am.
When it gets like that, you know what I do?
Stand your ground.
When I do that,
you gotta be like the French.
Do you know how I stand my ground? I just sit back and listen.
Did you listen to that show last week? Was that what you was doing?
Nah, I was texting. I was just turning to text.
I was
don't worry about that. I got the footage of that already. I'm going to play that next week.
Playing that? What do we have time?
Well, I can't. I know. I want it where it could be uploaded.
Oh, you want? Oh, okay.
That's
what we about to start doing. That's what we about to start doing.
What I say about facts? What I say about facts? You got to bring the facts.
All right. Say that.
Bring the facts.
I told you, challenge accepted.
That's why I said I'll just be quiet and I'll listen. I'm listening.
We still want to hear you. We want to hear you.
I don't know what to say.
Wait, you don't know what to say. You from New York.
I know what to say. I know what to say. I'm ready to get them started. Watch this.
No, I was listening to what y'all was saying. I mean, I agree with it.
All right, I got something. I'm gonna get you back started. I'll get you back started, and from the top, but then I kind of screwed up a little bit. So far, somebody said that it was the women's fault that most heterosexual people getting back. But so far, most of the people I know that's getting divorced because their husbands some cheating ass motherfuckers. And it seems like it's the men's fault, but that's the black statistics so far that I know. I don't know many white statistics. So I need my Caucasian sister to speak up because I don't know. Now back on it. Women, I don't think it's our fault. We try to get our shit together. We is out here
trying.
trying.
Man did that study because a man did that study. That
girl, they do all the studies.
Let me ask a question.
They do all the studies.
Men do.
I should know. I'm a man.
Men do cheat. But let me ask you a question. Let's just say Shaniqua down the block. And there's a girl named Shaniqua stay down the block, but this don't apply to her. Let's say Shamika down the block got 5 kids. But 5 different baby daddies. Whose fault is that?
So say Tyrone got 5 kids by 5 different baby mamas. Did you think he more of a value than Shaniqua? Y'all both are goddamn mess.
You know what that is?
I was being a woman. I didn't listen.
You know what that is?
What?
Rather than answer the question, that's whataboutism. Now, I'm gonna answer your question first.
I don't have kids. I ain't fucking with nobody.
I'm gonna answer your question. If he got 5 babies, 5 different mamas, he's dead ass wrong. However, if he's taking care of each child, now answer my question.
What was the question? I was being the one.
If Shaniqua got 5 kids down the street
by 5 different daddies.
Shaniqua.
I tell you this:
getting down the street.
If all them baby daddies might be absent, but guess who not? Shaniqua. She don't have a choice but to be there.
But how do you know that?
She might not be the best. She might listen.
That's not the question.
I just answered it.
If she got
what was the question?
5 different daddies, what would that make her? Like you said about what about the man? I said what? He ain't shit if he's just making babies and bouncing.
They label her as a whole.
Now what if she just laying down with anybody? Thank you. She just laying down with guys having babies. Just because she's in the house don't mean she's taking care of the baby. Because I know a lot of mamas that got a lot of babies and their kids are running around like crazy.
Can I ask a question?
You ain't answered the question.
You know what? But she.
No, I
Listen,
agree with you. But can I
Oh,
also ask a question? I agree with you. I'm not saying that you're
The
lying.
man ain't shit
Because
either.
I think that's the accountability piece that I think what was talking about.
Yeah.
But however, when men know that a woman has multiple children with multiple fathers and they choose to sleep with her unprotected, you risk the chance. So now we're talking about accountability and responsibility, right? So at what point do men take the responsibility of either refraining, strapping up, or doing whatever it is that you have to do when you
I answer
lay
your question.
down together? You take that risk. So
I'm gonna answer your question.
you
I'm
can't label that person like that.
No,
So
no. Are you asking me or are you just making this comment? Because I answer the question.
oh no, go ahead. I mean, I was just saying.
If he laying down with a woman that got a lot of kids and he ain't strapping up, then he dead ass wrong. Because if he make a baby, he knew better. Because
Right.
if he knows she's kicking out babies like that, but he's saying I'm gonna smash anyway, then he dead ass wrong.
all y'all here got kids. All y'all here got kids, right? All right.
Mhm.
I do not have children. But let me say this.
Mhm.
From a person that don't have kids, I don't look at it as less of a value, a man or woman that had 5 kids and is an independent parent. Whether they good or it's not, it don't look easy on the outside. I instantly I'm not gonna feel sorry for you keep laying down and having kids. It's saying I don't understand why it's more accepted as a man. Men have been publicized as just dropping babies because they want to have a bunch of kids, like, and getting a bunch of women pregnant and knowing they can't, you can't afford this. You have no intentions on
What's
doing.
the percentages
Wait,
of
wait,
no,
just
I'm
say
gonna ask Coco a question. What's the percentage of pregnancies in the United States that come up negative?
Wait, before she answer that,
No, look it up.
for a long time, I've watched a lot of my female friends suffer being single mothers. I hear a lot more of my homeboys complaining that the mothers is now leaving the kids with the fathers, and like they getting the taste of it. I don't think like that. In my opinion, that wasn't a good example. Like everybody like to devalue the woman with a bunch of kids, but having a kid period is a 2-party involvement. And I don't have children, so just a man dumping kids on this woman or whether her poor decisions or his poor decisions. The kid ain't getting taken care of if the kid is. My father wasn't in my life, but my mother may not have been the best mother, but she was there regardless. You feel me? So I'm not going to devalue a woman with 5 kids that did not run out on her kids, whether she was the best mother or not.
I'm not
You
devaluing.
feel me?
I'm not devaluing. I'm asking you a question. I'm not devaluing what
I
you did.
didn't say you was.
No, I'm saying,
It's not negative.
huh?
Nope.
You said
What
the
is
number
the
of
percentage
pregnant.
of pregnancies in America that are negative?
If you're pregnant, you're pregnant. What, I'm
No.
confused on the question.
Negative pregnancy tests. I say paternity tests. I meant. What is
Paternity,
it?
not.
Paternity test, I meant to say, yeah,
Okay, paternity.
paternity test.
Okay.
Not,
Lord have
I
mercy.
don't know. I don't know.
Y'all talking about me? I'm sorry. Y'all know I gotta be Pacific.
Oh, you good? And then look up the amount of paternity tests among Black people that come up negative.
Well, but they've been saying this for like a while now. That
32.
I mean, they've been coming at the whole Black community about laying down and having kids and not planning on raising a family. Like,
It's not
I
the
think
point of
that's
having kids.
It's like 32% right
Okay.
now. It said,
That's
of all
1 in 3
possible fathers
babies.
who take a
That's 1 in
paternity
3 babies are
about-
not the man's, not the 1 in 3 babies are not the correct father.
Okay.
Is that the man's fault?
It's both of their fucking fault. Well, you're still skating.
No, listen to me. If it's not the man's child,
Mm-hmm.
when he gets the paternity test
Mm-hmm.
and he's with the girl, that's
Mhm.
his girl.
Mm-hmm.
But the baby's born, but it's not his child. Is it his fault?
Oh, that she was creeping.
Right.
Now, okay, now let's dissect this a little further. Now, I need you to be
it
specific.
shouldn't necessarily have to be
I need you to be
a lot of
specific.
situations with
No,
that.
no, because we've had some shows on this now. Let's talk Pacifics. Let's talk Pacifics. So, are they in an open relationship? Are they doing
No.
poly? What is going
I
on? Is it just exclusive?
I said if the guy is with that girl and he
I
has
heard
a child,
What
and
is this?
the child
Is
is
that a
not
relationship?
his.
Okay,
That's
are
his
they in
girl.
an open
It's them
relationship?
too. His belief
them?
is his.
Oh, it's hers.
His huh?
It's hers.
came
I
off.
think
And I agree. There's guys out here who are irresponsible. I've always said that. There are irresponsible men out here. Plenty of them.
Mhm.
There's plenty on both sides. They are the minority, not the majority.
But what do you not know? Like how did not knowing your baby father come up from a woman having 5 kids? I'm so
No,
confused.
because we had talked about we were talking about how people not taking care of kids, but having multiple children.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's how it came up.
yeah, but to be honest, that's
I'm
just
not blaming-
started. In my opinion, that just started to be a female thing because
I'm
forever
not
it's been a
blaming
male
the
thing.
female. That's
Having
not
a
what
bunch of kids, and I didn't say you was, but I'm just making a point, a fact that has forever been an okay thing until women started doing it. And to be honest, that didn't even start with the sisters. It actually started.
I'm 59 years old. I've always heard how men are just making babies and doing this and doing that. I've always heard
No,
that.
so have
Been
I.
hearing that for like
But
40 years, 50
I
years.
didn't know that mothers was straight walking out and leaving the kids when they was tired until I heard about my father's boss doing it first. That wasn't a sister thing. Sisters got wind of that. It was like, oh, what? We could do the same thing to these niggas. They doing that. And it's an upbringing. And then now it's a whole dude that took his baby mother to court and she told the judge, let him have the baby. He is hot. He took her to court. Like, I mean,
I'm one of those guys that had to take her to court. So I've been through that.
and I commend y'all to do much respect. Much
So
respect,
the
but it
mama
was
wasn't
like
shit.
it-
But you
it's
know
like-
what the thing about that?
But the laws are not for single fathers.
You know what? I'm getting ready to get into that. You know the
shit,
thing
they
about
got
that?
some. They can get just as much
They
as
getting
y'all.
better. They're getting better now.
Yeah.
No,
But
they
you know
gotta
what?
fight
When
for
I
it.
was doing it,
You gotta fight
during
for
the
it.
90s, you know what? I think I told you, I still got locked up because they didn't believe I had my kids. I did 45 days. And I was still paying child support and I had custody of my kids. I had to get lucky and the child support lady was quitting her job and she hit me up and told me the deal. But I did time with custody of my kids. Because she told me straight up, the laws are not made for men, especially black men.
I see it every day.
She told me that straight up.
I can agree to that.
Especially single.
can.
I told you.
I never got any type of public assistance. They never gave me any type of public assistance.
And you ain't gonna get it. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
What a lot of times what tends
That's
to
because
happen.
you
I
be
don't
living in
think
New
that-
York.
No, I was here.
But
I
you
was
know,
here.
a lot of times what
I
happens.
was joking.
I wish I was in New York.
No, but some things that block
I
men
hustle.
is women will not take. There are some women that do not take care of their kids and know that child is knowing that their father is the primary guardian of the child, and they will be having all the benefits. Because if a woman go and put it down there, is that, and then the guys have to challenge it, go through so much. Even if they could prove that this child is in their care, they're taking care of it. Everything, they can't get insurance, they can't get. I seen it, and it's like crazy. And that's what, to get that lady off of the benefits that she not even getting all of this stuff for, and for the guy, it's like he gotta fight. And even if he prove it, he still gotta fight for it. And then it's like if the woman is not even there, they be like, oh well, something. But they gotta go through so freaking.
You know how old my
much.
kids were when they did this to me? My kids were 9 and 11. They stayed at the house by themselves and had to use my credit card just so they can eat for 45 days.
So how easy is it for a woman to get full custody of a kid? Just take the rights from the
Easy.
father.
It's easy. It's easy. It
Like
took me
the blink
2
of an eye.
years.
All she had to do was go down there and file paperwork. She can get it.
Took me 2 years.
The guy, if he's trying to do what they want to do, whatever, she got to consent to it, whatever. Half the time, a woman can be like, "Oh, I don't know where he at." They're gonna give it to her. Let him. Oh, we gotta find her first. We gotta do. They will not. And then even still, when it comes to what is it called?
A man made that law up. A man made that law. Let me tell you why. Because out of everything, that's the one thing. You can't get the kids easy. A man can get everything else easy, but you can't get the kids. A man made that goddamn law.
There wasn't no black man that made the law. no black man that made that law.
A man made that law. Ain't no goddamn way. Women, we have got to get up
Oh no, if she on
in the
crack, they
government.
can put her in transitional housing, get her
Yeah,
clean,
you can get your
and tell
kids
her
back.
so she can get her kids back. They still ain't trying to give him custody. They're gonna try to look for next of kin first.
But you want to hear the crazy part though, Bosco? You the second man that I know that like was in jail, had custody of their kid. You know, the fact that it can be done is just that, you know,
I'm gonna
because
hit
I'm
you.
gonna be honest.
I'm
Let
glad my
me
brother.
the difference in a woman and a man is a woman will make time to, you know, take care of that situation. They make it hard for men because they know y'all gonna take another avenue. Like y'all said, as y'all
Check
think
it out.
the role is to provide, y'all gonna go. A man going to get up and just do what you know he's supposed to do. To you know, but a woman, if she really ain't got that ambition, she gonna make time to go down there
My
and
brother
get what she
Dwelle
needs.
right now is in the comments. I'm gonna make this quick statement. He can answer. I'm 59 years old. My kids are grown. Ask him when did they finally stop taking child support out on my check? I'm still getting kickbacks. I'm still getting kickbacks.
Mhm.
My oldest son is 30. My oldest son is
I
37
don't believe
years
in
old.
child support.
My daughter is 35. My youngest is 21. They are still giving me back pay for how much money I paid. I was paying up until last year.
I can believe it.
I don't
all
really
the
he
agree
said
with the
some
child
of
support
that
thing because people use it as a
is a weapon.
See, that's how I
like,
got
yeah.
caught up. Like I said, we gotta go leave the show, but that's what I said last week. Me and her broke up, and she said, "I'm gonna take child support out of you, even though I'm taking care of my kid." But because I didn't know the law here, I was giving her money, and the state was paying her. I didn't know I had to pay the state. Before I realized that I was $7,000 in debt because I didn't even know. They came and locked me up. Like, yo, I said, yo, what's up? I had to pay my way out. Then I had to pay that with all the stuff going on. I wound up being $17,000 behind the child support
And
because
then you
he
still
got mad at me because we
debt
broke
while
up.
you locked up. But
Huh?
the thing about it is they arrest you, which I don't get. They arrest you, and then while you're incarcerated fighting
They
that
keep
charge,
on
for
building.
child support is still building up. So now you coming out with even more debt. Then they ready to lock you up again. So it's kind of like, okay, let's think. Then you got to think about the deeper conversation. If you want me to work to pay this child support, now you done got this on my jacket. So I done been to jail. So when they run my criminal, so now that's going to work. That's going against me
It
too.
goes against
Because
your credit.
man,
It goes against
Yeah.
your credit. My credit was destroyed. Now it's back up to like 670. But I had to build that because of child support. Anyway, good show, y'all.
can I say something?
Yeah. Why you
This
asking?
this was a great example of how let's just be specific, guys. So
Down,
we
read the
we
comments.
specifically had a moment a moment of spiciness. It got real
We
heated, right?
needed it, man.
And then see how we came back together as one. Who said black people can't unify? Well, what happened?
Who the hell had the damn?
Me.
As soon as she said black people can't unify, it was like
And I so mad. Got shut down.
We good. We good.
No. I'm making a point though.
No, I'm just saying, yeah. We still,
always
yeah,
say-
we still, yeah. You know,
Everybody always say we can't never get along and come together, right? That was
what
the
up,
thing.
bro,
And I
Ham?
think we just displayed, okay,
Hit me up,
we
man.
probably didn't see eye to eye. Some of us were like, very passionate. Some of us were very, joking. Me, I'm always lost trying to catch up because my vitamin D low. And kind of just sit back and just watch and be like, yes, I'm gonna make me a new product to calm all this shit down. So and I mean, I think it's good. So if anybody like stay through the whole thing, the series of like, it probably look real bipolar, but I think this is really what happens in our communities is the heated moments and everybody walks away, don't talk no more, become completely distant and not give a fuck. You get what I mean? Instead of really talking it out. And I'm happy that we talk it out and be an example.
that's because I'm
I
trying
want
to
to
be
make
like
a
the
confession.
French.
Oui.
The gummy head, and I got quiet on y'all. My bad. I got high over old supply.
Karen, that's how it's supposed to be. You ain't hear me when I caught myself.
No, but oh Lord, he reading. Look at that.
Coco,
Oh, no,
why
go
you
ahead.
ain't tell me? I'm sorry. Why you ain't
Go
tell me
ahead.
that the French
I'll read
went
it.
around and pumped the French farmers went around. You see what they did over in France? I am on it. We need to unify like that. They went, the farmers, and went and put
barricaded that stuff.
voodoo. They went and dumped poop all the government fish. Girl, they hit them with the hose and skirted at the doors. I was like,
they dead. They made sure they covered everything.
All I know is the government better not act up here. They should have never showed us that. We is what? Farmers, get ready.
We need to do
get
that.
Get ready, farmers. We is ready.
That. We need to get a whole together and be like, look, we gotta
we got to come together.
Hey, but
wake up the next day like, what's that?
Close the show. I got to get ready for the Richie Hicks show.
Okay, close out, please.
Oh, I was gonna let you do it.
Richie, no, you be coming.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Casual Convo Show. You can hear us and watch us every Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, IG, X. It's called X now, right? Yeah, and TikTok. Check me out on headradio.org, 6 to 8 p.m. Playing everything you want to hear. Every Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Thank you for everybody in the comments. Dwelle, Fallon, Lisa, J Bear, Jay, Paul. Who else is in this bitch? Everybody. Thanks to our guest. Check out her paintings. The Jude, she gets down like you don't know. Check out Karen Hansley. She got everything you need to keep you going. She got the muscle rub. She got that other stuff going up the wall. I'm going to post that you see. For me, Boscoe from the Bronx. For Rich behind the boards. For Coco, all I want to say is we'll see you next week. Skeet, skate, 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 skeet.